Oh, I really love this page. Ah, this is the point. Oh, wow. This is so ginormous. Hello guys! Before we start with the sketchbook tour, I just wanted to quickly say one or two things. So when I recorded this footage, I had a moderately bad cold, so I was even more lost and confused than usual. So please excuse my rambling. And on top of that, I am not a native English speaker, and talking spontaneously without a script is a really hard thing to do. Nevertheless, I wish you lots of fun while watching my first, but not last, sketchbook tour. Yippee! Hello guys! Today I want to go through my sketchbook from the 8th December of 2022 up until the 22nd November of 2023. I'm kind of sick today, so excuse my voice. I've also got some tea right here. But yeah, that's what's going on. My voice does not usually sound like that, but I just still wanted to do this video just because I have drawn a lot since this sketchbook. In general, this is the reason why I started doing art regularly again, which is just awesome. So this has a lot of good memories, so let's just get into it. Yoo-hoo! When I started painting in the sketchbook, I did not fill this out. So as you can see, that I have actually painted this on the 17th of April. And this thing here started on the 8th of December 2022. So I've actually painted this after I have gotten a little bit more confident in my skills. I actually like this one very much. This portrait right here, I have actually painted this one with a very, very old watercolor palette from when I was like maybe 12 years old. So I really like how I worked here. I think I started with purple, just focusing on the shadows and then kind of winging it. I also really like how after the watercolor, how I went in with some ink pens and really, really thin ink pens. I think especially this part here I like a lot. And this page is in general just very cute. This is the very first page. I was just starting out. I didn't really know what I was doing or what I wanted to achieve. I just wanted to have a sketchbook again to fill out with some random scribbles. And I was watching the anime Hunter x Hunter with my boyfriend at that time. And I really fucking love this anime. I hope it will get a second season. But there's a little dragon knight, a very cute chubby dragon knight. At the very beginning it didn't have the red orange color yet. At some time at the very end of making the sketchbook or filling it out, I discovered acrylic paint. So this is what I have done here to, kind of make this page a little bit more interesting. And yeah, what's also kind of important to say is that when I work with ink, I've kind of made it a challenge for me to not work with a sketch. So I just try to achieve the look I have in mind. And sometimes it does not work out, but I think I've gotten a bit better at freehanding stuff without needing a sketch. I really wanted to learn that. There's this one very, very popular artist who died some time ago. I think his name is Kim Young-gi. I don't know, I can't really remember names that well. But he is, or was and is, a very, very huge inspiration for me because I just think it's crazy that people can do this. But yeah, that's what I have tried to do, also because I'm kind of lazy. But I just really wanted to train that, and that's just my way of painting with ink and sketching in general. This is the next page. A lot of my sketchbooks are filled with scribbles. I notice right now that this has changed a little bit. Like, these pages are not really what I do at the moment, but I really love them. I've found some artworks today from when I went to school, and I did these all the time, just filling out everything on the page, and I really love that. Yeah, when I made this, it didn't really have the color yet. it was just the ink. And I think this was really just my, yeah, a little bit of anime and stuff era, and I really wanted to see if I have an art style, if I can explore my art style, and if my art style is in fact more into the anime direction. But in general, I just wanted to figure stuff out. I actually really like what I did with the watercolor here, that I just used like 2 colors at a time. It just really gives a good vibe. I like it. Yeah, these pages are really thick. In general, I can also really recommend Moleskine sketchbooks. I think that was Moleskine, yeah. Because these pages are so thick. I can make a more in-depth video about sketchbooks and my opinion on sketchbooks in the future, because I have some opinions and some recommendations. But yeah, with this page, again, all of the acrylic stuff and stuff with color and paint, I have kind of created these afterwards. But yeah, I just tried a lot of stuff out. This is actually a character that I created at university for a project. And I really love her. I think I really need to draw her again. She's called Timogi because tiger, moose, and girl. Tiger, moose, girl. And I love her. She's so precious. I've got some cool concept sketches of her that I made digitally, and I kind of, you know, this was also the point where I kind of started trying to paint with acrylic paint, and I was not very good yet at mixing colors. I wouldn't say that I am right now, you know, good at mixing colors, but right there I did not have one clue what I was doing, but I think it still turned out pretty good. And I just, you know, I saw some looking, and I just thought to myself, here's a blank space, cat. Blank space, cat. Blank space, cat. And I also made some notes that says shadowing pens, because I wanted to go in after some time again and make them better. But I actually decided to not do that because, you know, this was already a lot that I, you know, returned back to these pages and modified them. I think this, for me personally, this kind of goes against my goal of having a sketchbook, because I kind of want to see my process, you know, how I got from here to there and what kind of went wrong and where I learned what from which painting. Even if this maybe looks shitty or this, I can look back on that and say, okay, this was actually not as shitty as I thought it was, because by now I know how much knowledge I had at this point and how much I learned from, you know, doing stuff that I think were shitty. So I did not do that. I kind of just let things be how they were and how I created them, which is beautiful. So, next page. What I really like to do, or what I also really want to try out more, is plein air painting, which means that I am just being outside, being at a location where I paint or draw things that I really actually see. On the left side, I was at a train station, and what really helped me was the fact that I made these squares, rectangles, whatever, to minimize my drawing space, so that I could more easily focus on the important shapes of what I saw. So this was just a very good exercise to learn to focus on the most important parts of your motive. And this is a very cute portrait. What I realize more and more is the fact that I kind of, you know, with the nose, I kind of know how to draw this part, but I do not know most of the time how to position the nose in a good way or in like a correct way, or that it doesn't look weird, because most of the time the space between the nose, like the actual nose, and the eyes is most of the time just so off. It just really makes the face very long. In the past, I also drew noses way too big, so this noses are a problem for me. But I love them. I most of the time start with the nose actually, either the eyes or the nose. But yeah, this is still a hard thing for me to learn. But still, I can say that I really like this page, and especially her hair. I think what really makes this page special is how this one turned out. I love this page. These motifs right here are all from Pinterest. I would absolutely guess that most of y'all have actually also seen the references of these pictures. I kind of just added my own colors to them. And I love this page. This is my boyfriend, who I painted live. I sat there and said to him, yo, I'm going to paint you right now. You can move, but not too much. And I added a little dragon under the desk. And this is the sketchbook I was painting in. But yeah, I really enjoy live drawings or paintings. I'm actually exercising or practicing that a lot right now because I want to kind of be able to maybe go to weddings and paint live portraits and stuff. So I'm really practicing that at the moment, and it's just cute that I also did that at this time. Whoa, I really love this page. This is also my boyfriend. Let's just pretend that this is a random man. He also does not look like that in real life. But I really love this page. At the beginning there was just ink, and I think a few months later I added, you know, watercolor and this white pen stuff, and that really made this painting good. It was good before, but this is just, oh, I really like to see that. Before filming this, I have actually not looked through the sketchbook, which is why I'm kind of reacting that way. But I just really love how this one turned out. And you know, I have actually painted the nose in the correct way. I personally think that I did really good here. This page is also so cool. I really enjoy these bubbles in the background. They were also not there at the beginning. I added them a lot later. I think I saw on Pinterest some sci-fi Wirbelsäule. I think that I did not try to copy it one-to-one, but I really enjoyed like sci-fi stuff. I really wanted to get more into mecha and sci-fi and robotics stuff, but I don't know if I'm really inspired by sci-fi stuff. I just like how this looks. But I think I will try more sci-fi in the future. But this is really cool. This is also a Pinterest reference that you may have also seen because it's very popular. And one more live painting. I think this is just a very cute page. Okay, more live painting. This was actually my very first TikTok. I saw this shoe on Pinterest and I don't know, I really liked it. I like the shapes and stuff. Here are some Yoshis. It's really hard to really see what is going on here, but here are some Yoshis. Here's a keychain. Here's my boyfriend cooking. And I think this one also really turned out really good. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I just like scribble pages. I just really enjoy them. I think they look great. It's also always fun to be able to look at a painting and see little Easter eggs, and you know, every time you look at a painting you find new stuff, and I think that's just so much fun. Oh jeez. These are two pages that I really do not like. I tried to get them, or at least this one, I tried to make it a little bit better with some color. But it just looks so wrong. Her hands do not look good. I can't even tell you really why. I think because the fingers are really thin, just really thin and very small. I also do not like this one, just because I think you can tell what is going on. There's like a bus and there are some mountains, but what I really do not like about this one is that I do have the reference in mind, so I do know how it was supposed to look like, and it does not come off as good as I wanted it to become. Just because the depth perception is just not there. It's very hard to do this with ink pens. I think that there are a lot of techniques how you can do this, but you know, you have to learn these techniques. which I did not do. But yeah, I just do not really like these 2 pages. But this is very much fine. It's absolutely okay to not like some pages. I at least know that I have tried to do some stuff, and right now I know why I failed. You know, I can see what is going on that kind of makes these pieces this bad, in my opinion. But yeah, so I like the experience, but not the end result. Here are some flowers. I hope you can really see them with the light situation right here. I've painted these with ink before, with some ink pens, and added acrylic paint like a few months later, and the acrylic paint really saved this one. I think this looks very cute. And yeah, this is, I tried to make portraits or side profile portraits of myself and my boyfriend. We do not look like that. And I think I like the layouting of this one very much. I like what I did here, so I tried, you know. I tried. These are so cute. Yeah, I did some portraits. These are, I think all of these, maybe not this one. I do not think that this one is made with a Pinterest reference, but the other 3 are. I was very self-conscious about this one, but I think right now that this looks very cool. It's kind of realistic in a weird way. And I also tried some golden acrylic paint right there. I think she looks so cute. And right here, I don't even know what to say to this one. I really like her lips. A scribble page. This was a phase where I wanted to learn anatomy a little bit more. I just drew some very thin people. I don't know what to think about that, but I think I did pretty well, even if these proportions are absolutely not realistic. I really like the left one. I also enjoy the fact that I did not put color in here, so it's the very original state. This hand actually belongs to this guy, and it's just way too big for his head. So let's just say that this hand does not belong to him. I don't know if this sounds weird, but I'm kind of impressed by myself that this looks so clean. I'm just glad to see my progress. Especially when earlier today, I saw stuff from, I don't know, 3 years ago, and it did not look very good. It looked... yeah, very monstrous. I'm just glad that I got to this point. So yeah, I'm happy with this page. This one right here, I really love this, but I have kind of stolen the idea from a different artist, which I'm kind of ashamed about. So I just saw this picture of this artist and thought, oh, I would love this with cats, so I did that. But this is absolutely not my very own creation of my mind. This one is inspired by a different artwork, so it's technically not my personal idea. So I still think that I did this very cutely and it turned out very well, but I just wanted to keep that in mind, that this was not my very own idea. And this one, I love this one, and that's it. I think I really nailed the perspective there. I think I could have, you know, gotten a bit more into detail with the background, but this was just a quick sketch that I wanted to do. Yeah, and I like how it turned out. Another scribble page, I love them. This is my boyfriend again, he's playing League of Legends. I don't know, I just love live paintings. There's just something very special about them. I think it's a different thing to do live paintings with actual moving bodies, but it's still a challenge, you know. This was very fun. Here are some ideas. I kind of written down and stuff I wanted to do or stuff I knew I wanted to do in the future. For example, painting very huge paintings. That's still on my list. I would love to do huge paintings, but I do not have the room to do that and also not the ideas to fill a huge painting. But yeah, here are some cool ideas I had in mind, like tattoos on a person coming alive and just dreaming about stuff I could do in the future. At this time I had the big old corona, which was not fun. I was just so sick at this time that I couldn't really draw a lot. That's all I could do at this moment. These are two characters I did for a university project, for a stop motion film. I did these with some colored paper and, you know, some pencils, colored pencils. And we used them in our stop motion film. I think I can put in some scenes from that. And after using them, I did not really want to throw them away. So I glued them in here and I think they look very cool. Here are two pages that I wanted to cover up. Sometime after drawing them, I wanted to start over, but I have actually decided against this because I think it's pretty okay to make mistakes and to keep them. You know, you do not have to cover them up. This is a realization that I made some time ago and that I want to keep in mind. Yes, we all create stuff that looks very ugly, for us at least, and stuff that we do not really want to show because it's just so I could have done so much better and blah 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 blah. But I still think that it's important to know where you come from, you know, at which skill level you started from, to really appreciate where you are right now. So I just wanted to keep this one, even if I do not like this, but it's cute nonetheless. So with this page here, I tried to practice lights and shadows in a really high contrast. So I just looked at my references and everything that kind of seemed like a shadow to me, even if it's not the hard shadow, but like the mid shadow. I treated all of the shadows kind of the same, as if they were all the darkest tone of shadow. I think this is a very cool practice to kind of really understand how faces work. I kind of tried to do the same here with mid shadow tones, kind of scribbling them out, but I think this really worked better than this one. Here was my very first try of painting with acrylic paint. And I think it looks very cute. I didn't mix the colors very well, but my goal was also not to realistically recreate the reference that I've had, but to just kind of try stuff out and practice mixing colors. This right here is my very first YouTube video. It's been some time since I re-watched this video. Yeah, it's funny how much you change. I think this is the best way to really explain my feelings for this very first video. But we have got a long way to go and we all have to start somewhere. Yeah, I think this is very cute. But here is again the exact problem that I have a lot of the time, that the heads that I draw are just way too long or not really adjusted with the width. I just tend to paint heads and faces very long, or in contrast way too wide. So, you know, I kind of have to find a balance there. And here are just some hands that I tried to paint. I don't think that they worked out that well, but hands are very hard to draw anyway, so I tried. Ha! Another scribble page, I love them. Here's a cat. He's called Dieter. I really like this cartoon style that we have going on here. Ah, this is the point. Oh, wow! This was a huge day for me because at this day that this was created, I bought myself some, I don't even know how they are called, like these ink pens that are not black ink but rather colored ink from Faber-Castell, and this changed a lot for me. You will see On the next pages, I had so much fun with these pens. This was the beginning of an era, and I really like this page. I think it's just so much fun. Oh, this is huge. I love this one. I think I'm just going to show it to you like this. So this is a page that is also kind of a scribble page, a doodle page. I wanted to try out this comic style and I think it turned out so well. None of these were made with a sketch. I just started drawing and painting and this is how it turned out. I also think that adding the colored background really helped to you know, help the eye to kind of recognize what is going on here. There's just so much to see here. I love this page. Oh, I also really like this one. As you can see with these red lines, there was also a sketch beforehand that I made because I had this idea in my mind that I wanted to, you know, get a little bit more edgy. I really enjoyed drawing the hair, as you can see. I would draw the face differently today, but I still really like how this one turned out. I think this looks very cool, very edgy. Just like how I wanted it to be, or wanted it to become. This page right here, or this day, really marks the day that I kind of just, I don't know, this day changed a lot because I kind of really got an idea what I wanted to do. Because all of these pages right now just I'm just so happy with these pages. But yeah, this page is also so pretty. I think I tried to freehand these skulls and I think I did pretty well. I don't even know what to say. Kind of proud of myself for this one. Yeah, and with these, I really like to know when I created all of my stuff. It's something I have done for a lot of years now and something that just stuck with me. So you can always kind of see when I created what. For example, these leaves I created one day after creating the skulls. I really like this page. It's so pretty. So here are two sketches that I created to then paint over with acrylic paint. I never really got to really do it, and at some point I just thought to myself, okay, I just want to move on. I just want to start a new sketchbook and, you know, do new stuff instead of getting stuck with this sketchbook. And, you know, I just wanted to do different things than painting with acrylic paint or painting these portraits with acrylic paint, even though I think this would have turned out very good and very interesting with acrylic paint, but I just didn't want to do it. I still think that these sketches are very cool because you can really see that I tried to think in shapes and not get too distracted with details. Especially right here, I really like this sketch. I think it's fine to have some unfinished pieces in here. So at the beginning, these pages were just filled with this portrait. I didn't have a reference for that. I was at university and I kind of did not want to do university work, so this is what I did instead. And I really love this portrait. I really love how I used a different pen for the hair, and I love her. I think she looks just so great. What I notice right now is that I like to draw piercings, especially ear piercings. I myself have like two, like one real piercing and one earlobe thing, but I think that's the reason why I do it, and I think it looks a little bit more interesting to have some accessories. And then I thought that this page looked a little bit empty because there was just this head and this was just blank space. So I added some capybaras and they are so cute. I love capybaras, they are so cute. And I think they fit perfectly right here in terms of space. But yeah, I still remember that I had a hard time mixing the colors for the capybaras, but I think I did well. I just had a hard time. This was a day where I was very sad. I don't know why right now. I can't really remember why, but sometimes I'm just very sad. I just want to cry. I just want to be in bed all day and do nothing and cry, and that's okay. So I am a very emotional person. I cry easily and I cry a lot. Not right now, but in my past I have cried a lot. I don't know. I'm very emotional, which is awesome, but it's also sometimes a little bit frustrating, especially when people say, oh, stop crying, or I don't know, when people don't acknowledge your feelings, that sucks. So I wanted to remind myself that it's okay to cry, it's okay to be sad sometimes, and crying is very healthy and there's nothing to be ashamed about with your emotions. So I just painted some sad crying women I saw on my Pinterest page. I think these two are characters out of movies, but I don't think that I have watched the movies. I think she is very popular, or the movie with her is very popular, but I don't know. Yeah, I also like what I did here with the I don't know what it's called, with these things here. I think that looks very interesting. So yeah, crying is okay, being emotional is great. Ha! With this page I tried to do something more crafty. So I watched Dirty Dancing again, the movie, and I really wanted to sketch out some drawing poses, so you can, you know, open this and just look at what I did. I really like a lot of these poses that I did. I really love this one. I can't even describe why. I think this just looks so organic to me. I don't even know why, but I love this one. I do not like these two, which is kind of sad. I just think they look fine, but they were not what I wanted to achieve with this practice. I really wanted it to look a little bit more organic, like they are really moving, and these two are just too stylized, but they are fine. So, and I think these poses are kind of a mix of both. I actually really love this one and this one. I love all of them. So I had a lot of fun, especially with drawing the dress. And I remember watching scenes of Dirty Dancing on YouTube then, after watching the movie, and then pausing or trying to pause at certain times so I can get, you know, the poses. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. And I think it's also fun to have something in your sketchbook that you can interact with, you know. This one is also one of my favorite pages, just because it just looks so done. Not like a sketch, but it really looks like a painting. So if we look at these, I was kind of trying to sketch out a hairstyle that I was trying to achieve, and to just have kind of fun with it and create some characters. Yeah, also these three animals again, the bunny, the cat, and the mouse. I kind of fucked up the teeth right here, so I tried to save them, but it didn't really work out. So yeah, I still really like these pages. They look very, I don't know, very stylized, very nice. Now we come to some unfinished pages, some sketches, and again pages where I originally wanted to paint over them with acrylic paint. Here are some tigers and some, I don't know how these things are called. I will call them geese, but yeah. I think these pages would have turned out very nicely if I had done them, but I just didn't have the motivation. Maybe I will, you know, retry them in the future in different sketchbooks, because I still think that these sketches, even these ones, these are the same with ravens and cats. I still think that these sketches are a good base for painting. I was kind of exhausted from drawing with acrylic paint because I was just a little bit frustrated with the whole color mixing process, and when I kind of found the correct color, all my other colors have already dried up, so I needed to work a lot faster, and I was just not really used to drawing with acrylic paint. So I was also kind of scared of fucking these very cool sketches up. I still think these look very good, and maybe in the future I can do something with them. But right now they will stay in this state in my sketchbook, and yeah, I'm fine with that. These are 4 scenes. These are 2, and these are 2. And with these 4 scenes, I kind of tried to, you know, get more into drawing scenery and kind of get away from drawing people, because I have drawn a lot of people in my life, and drawing backgrounds and scenery is a little bit scary to me, so that's what I tried to practice here. I started with these 2, which are so pretty, and ended with these 2, which are also super pretty, and I am just very proud of these 2 pages. We are nearing the end of this sketchbook, and this is something that I really love to do. I really love to fill out blank spaces or white spaces with black paint. This is actually done with the brush pen, so I think you can imagine how long this took to fill out. It was very tedious, but I really love this page. I love everything about this. This character right here is just a woman with the jellyfish on top of her head. And I made this without a reference, just from my head. So at this point we can see that I kind of had creative energy inside of my brain. And with this bird and this tree and me and Dieter, the cat, these 2 photos are actually reference photos that I took myself. So I kind of tried to get some of my own creative energy or ideas inside of here. And I think this just turned out so nicely. I love cows, I love strawberries, I love birds and cats. I love this page. I think this turned out very nicely. And I love also how this tree looks. I don't know, this page just makes me happy. Oh, I think, we are nearly at the last page. Yeah, with these 2 pages, I wanted to fill them with fan art. I don't know how this character is called. I think they are from God of War 2, I think. I think she's the painter. I don't know anymore. I watched some Let's Plays from God of War, and I really liked her or them, so I wanted to paint them. These are characters from Valorant. After this, I didn't really play a lot of Valorant, but right now I really have an obsession again. I kind of left some blank space right there because, as I said, I wanted to move on to a new sketchbook. I think these 2 pages are very cool, and I also like what I did here with the smoke and background of the characters, because they kind of fit to the character itself. With the last page, I just tried to get some more anatomy studies and pose studies in there. Here also again, the cat and the bunny. These are very stylized, but I still like how they turned out. I also tried out some perspective right there. And yeah, big hands. I wanted to try out big hands. They are made with purpose. And that's it. There was my sketchbook. Thank you for watching. I've actually, in my recent sketchbook, which is this one, things are going very differently. I just wanted to show you an example page. It's a little bit more structured, a little bit more clean and clear and with more thought. So this one is also nearing the end. I will absolutely also do a sketchbook tour for this one, but I've also got some more. I've also got this bad boy, this one, this here, and this here, which is super thick, from 2013 to 2017, which I have also not looked at in some time. So I've got a lot to show and a lot to talk about, theoretically. And there is some stuff from the past. Besides these things here, there's also some up there. And this thing. In this storage thing. So if you want to see more of that, I will absolutely show you some of it. This is so ginormous. And with the old ones, with the very old ones, I would... Ooh! I would also love to repaint some of them. So if you want to see that, let me know. If not, I will still do it. Yeah, I think that's it.